the utilization in terms for the project, and a legacy project that's going to touch the life of the citizens decades, if not centuries, to come. So it is a follow-up visit that I come today to thank Mr. President.
Discussions with the President also centered on the ongoing electioneering campaign towards ensuring victory for the APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for continuity and in the greater interest of the nation.
Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu have 21 governors, APC governors, touched lives of Nigerians across board. He is a performer, he is a builder, and he has started telling us exactly what he's going to do. And we know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows the road, and we are ready to follow that person who knows the road. And thank God that is a candidate of President Muhammadu Buhari. And that is why you could see that President Muhammadu Buhari is already campaigning for him, that he will continue where he will stop.
President Muhammadu Buhari also granted audience to the governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Nuruddin Adeleke. It was the first formal engagement between the president and the governor elected on the platform of the PDP since his inauguration in November last year. Their discussions held behind closed doors lasted about 30 minutes.
I'm happy to tell you that I just saw our president looking so well, looking so good. Since my election, I feel like I should come and say hello to Mr. President and thank him for signing that electoral act. Because I benefited from it. That paved way for free and fair election. And all the international community, they are applauding Nigeria, that Nigeria is set for democracy. So that is why I'm here today, to see him and I'm thanking him and I'm wishing him well.
During the visit, Governor Adeleke solicited support for the state's infrastructural development, a proposed new economic city and free trade zone, tax credit and other federal facilities which President Buhari promised to consider. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In other political news, the All Progressives Congress North Central Zonal Secretary Yakubu Adamu has appealed to women to trust in the party, saying their votes for all candidates on the platform in the forthcoming general elections will guarantee more empowerment opportunities. He made the plea while presenting cash-enabling grant to 200 women in Nyanya and environs in the FCT. Abdullahi Ajia reports.
This Women Empowerment Program started as an individual pet project of the APC North Central Zonal Secretary Yakubu Adamu of uplifting the socio-economic status of women annually.
Engaging me.
Considering the political climate, this year it's been expanded to accommodate more beneficiaries, which attracted APC leaders, candidates and supporters.
The party that I belong to is with me in this support I'm giving to them. And we are seeking for their support, for them to vote our senatorial candidate, House of Representatives, and even the president and the vice president, by the special grace of God. Then we will know by then. I will make sure I invite them to expand the scope of the beneficiary.
The small turkey at times it will move up. They will use it in frying kose, selling goro, selling all this. I know a woman that in power last year. Now she has expanded.
FCT APC party chairman, who used the occasion to canvass support for the party, assured supporters of more people-oriented interventions with the APC, asking them to vote for the party that means well for the country.
Empower them so that they can live, so that they can be happy like other Nigerians. It's something that not only my happiness, but the heaven is happy with it.
Leadership is not all about how rich or how much money you have in your account. Leadership is all about how you have impacted the lives of the people.
Speakers and beneficiaries commended the gesture, urging individuals and organizations to borrow a leaf from the initiative, which they say is capable of transforming lives and families. In Abuja, Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
Elsewhere, the Abuja division of the Court of Appeal has affirmed Francis Agbo as the validly nominated candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for Ado Akpoku Abadipo Federal Constituency of Benue State. In a unanimous judgment, the three-man panel of justices, led by Justice Bature Issa Gafai, held that Ida, who was declared winner of the PDP primaries by the Independent Electoral Commission (INEC), was still a staff of the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS) when the PDP primaries were held. Meanwhile, the appellate court has ordered INEC to withdraw the certificate of return issued to Ogoche and issue same to Francis Agbo. The Social Democratic Party (SDP) has described as false a publication by one Alpha Mohammed alleging that the party has formed alliance with other political parties in the forthcoming general election. In a media conference in Abuja, SDP urges its party members and the public to disregard the publication as it is untrue, malicious and misleading.
They are false and malevolent, and above all, they are not in the interest of social justice and our pursuit to combat poverty, insecurity, for peace, progress and prosperity to reign in our country.
The National Publicity Secretary of the party also explains that Alpha Mohammed was expelled from the party since August 2019 and has reported the matter to the police and DSS for investigation. Meanwhile, presidential candidate of Action Alliance, Hamza Al-Mustafa, has taken his consultative visit to the National Secretariat of the SDP.
Of ideas between parties, between leadership and candidates is at this point in time a very paramount thing to do. Limiting our scope of thinking and reasoning within parties that we all belong to will not augur well for Nigeria.
So basically his visit is not about joining the SDP. It's about fraternity between us, sharing ideas, how do we work together, how do we strengthen our common understanding in building a modern nation called Nigeria.
Both political parties are on the same page on issues of cooperation amongst political parties and public institutions as the desired united force for nation building. Still on the general elections, in order to push for more women participation in the forthcoming general elections, wife of the Nasarawa State Governor, Selifat Abdullahi Sule, has commenced a statewide sensitization drive where she is tasking them on the need to be involved in the democratic process. Abigail Bashi reports that this advocacy, which commenced in Lafia, the state capital, is to be taken to the 13 local government areas.
The campaign train of APC women commenced in the southern zone of the state, and women from across the state came together to synergize ahead of the 2023 general elections. Wife of the Deputy Governor, Sheila Tucson Akabi, Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Aisha Ibrahim Rufai, and wife of the chairman, Lafia Local Government Area, Zainab Aminu Mifata, solicit support for continuity of the progressive programs by the present administration.
Women towards experience, towards confidence, towards capacity, towards good governance.